Hey guys! Hey, it's that guy that you love, but you hate, but you love, but you love, hate, love. Holy cow, guys! Can y'all believe that we are already on week 10? It's crazy. Yo, we are 3 weeks away, including this week, from starting the playoffs. One team has officially locked in a playoff spot, and that is Voldemort, aka the the chatting Voldemorts. Hey, I gave it a try. So, anyways, congratulations on you and your freaking voodoo. So, there is a chance that the Bad Boys could also secure a number one seed. That is the only team that could possibly do it. But the Bad Boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad Boys. There is a chance that they could secure a number one seed, but they're gonna have to win out, and then Voldemort would have to lose out. So, not really sure that's gonna happen. So there's also 6 to 7 teams that are actually vying for a playoff spot. So I'm not even going to break down all the playoff opportunities at this point because there's just too many moving parts that can happen that'll probably not even happen next week, but more than likely the week after that when we're down to 1 week left. So just a heads up on that. So to recap last week, and I am so sorry. I totally forgot to start the show off the way I've been meaning to start it off recently, and that's by thanking our sponsors. So I wanted to thank Urinators Urinals, because sometimes you gotta piss somewhere. The Regulators Law Office. We're the regulators, but we can't regulate shit. The Experience Massage. Because you know you want that experience. The Bounty Hunters. We always catch the head. That's kind of weird. And then the Chattanooga... Wait. How did that... Hey! Guys! How did the Voldemort end up on here? Ridiculous. Gosh. Damn. Actually, I needed that for later. Oh well. Okay. Okay, so last week's recap, the game of the week, the Rowdies versus the Implications. Like I said, the reason that this was the game of the week was because it was the battle of the 2 and 7s. And you don't want to fall out of the 1 through 4, but you don't want to get last either. The Implication doesn't care because the Implication has already given the Rowdies their number one, their first round draft pick. So they really don't care, but the Rowdies kind of do. But for the Rowdies to win this game was big enough where it's like, okay, the Rowdies are probably not going to get last. Probably. Anything can happen. But the Implication, if they somehow end up winning out, they don't care. So, anyways, thanks to Kenny Galladay, James White, and Dallas defense. I mean, the Dallas defense is really technically what really pulled it off. I don't have the score here, but it was like 90 something to 82 or something like that. But again, the Rowdies do want to be careful at 3 and 6. There are a lot of teams that are on that bubble of being in that 1 through 4 bracket for the draft pick. So, you really don't want to fall out of there. And honestly, the Rowdies are also really hoping the Implication still stays within that 1 through 4 area. In fact, I'm really surprised that there are teams that are even in that 1 through 4 area that haven't started selling off like the Rowdies have. I mean, you're not going to make the playoffs. You may as well just go ahead and get what you can get and give that stuff to another team for something that is going to be more valuable for you later. I'm just surprised not to see any trades happening. So, anyways, then you've got the Bounty Hunters versus the Regulators. I said this game would be close, and I was wrong. Lance lands himself in the top 5 least amount of points ever with a score of 47.9. All but one of his players scored less than 7 points. Jordan Howard got him 14.3, which is more than his quarterback, his RB2, his wide receiver 2, his flex, and his tight end combined. That usually spells bad news. Then you've got the Urinators versus the Bad Boys. And what a statement game for the Urinators, who they just continue to fight for a playoff spot. And we keep messing with Uri. It's like, dude, if you mess this up, he arguably had the best team to start the year with. And it's almost like, even with this win, he's trying to figure out a way to mess it up. 114 to 79.5. I thought the Bad Boys were going to put a distance in that division with a win over Uri, but Uri had a big day from Jacobs and Gordon, obviously. Just the Urinators just saw their stock just keep going up and up and up and up and up. So the points just didn't keep going up, and the Bad Boys are sitting there like, my points are just kind of staying the same, and then like a little bit of up, and I know the feeling, trust me. Then you had the Experience versus the Phallics. I had a feeling the Phallics would pull this off, but I didn't know that both teams would score pretty low this week. It didn't look great with the Le'Veon Bell injury, and I was thinking that Le'Veon Bell was going to have a freaking day against the Dolphins, but that didn't happen. Tyreek Hill's big day allowed the Phallics to really get it going and get a narrow victory, 81.3 to 69, but the Experience put a kicker on their team that wasn't even technically signed by an NFL team. So I'm not sure if he even knew that his kicker was released off a roster as of Tuesday. But I guess he thought it was a good idea. I don't know. Voldemort versus Meat and Cheese. You got to hate, again, I say this all the time, you got to hate scoring over 100 points. And then you look at all the other teams in the league, and only 2 people had better scores than you, and you played one of them. It's like, well, shit. I mean, that's rough, man. So 142.6 to 107.8. The 142.6 actually puts Voldemort in the top 5 of highest scoring teams of all time. And he officially locked in his playoff spot. I do still think that Meat and Cheese will make the playoffs. I mean, the team's just too good. I mean, they're kind of up and down, but when they're up, they are up. And when they're down, they're kind of just mediocre. So I still see them making the playoffs, especially when all their players are hitting the way that they should. So, anyways, and by the way, I said top 5 for Voldemort with scoring. It's actually top 3. He's in 3rd. So, Gotham Knights versus No Courtesy. I thought the Knights would pull this off and put some separation in order to go to the playoffs, and I was wrong on that. That loss moves the Gotham Knights back to 4-5, and No Courtesy up to 5-4, and No Courtesy is definitely in the mix for a playoff contention. So for the week, I was only 3-3. For the year, 29-15. So this week, the game of the week is going to be the Bad Boys versus the Experience. There are a lot of games this week where people who are fighting for a playoff win really need it, and the other team could, if they win it, they're still in it. But these 2 teams right here, this could be a make or break game for them. So that's why I really chose this game as the game of the week. I mean, the Bad Boys are without Watson on a bye week and the New England defense. And honestly, and I could get killed for this, but I think that the New England defense has really actually carried the Bad Boys to where they are right now. I mean, they won games based on just the New England defense. They beat the Rowdies because of the New England defense. That's it. Everyone else played like absolute shit. So, and sometimes you just get a defense like that where they're putting up 20-plus points a week. But that's why this is going to work out in the Experience's favor. I think the Experience wins this game, and I think it'll still be somewhat close, but it wouldn't be as close if the New England defense was playing this week. So the Experience may have lucked out on that. The Rowdies versus No Courtesy. I'm going to give this one off to No Courtesy. Honestly, the Rowdies are... First of all, there's a lot of bye week things going on, and honestly, the Rowdies are just really hoping to stay in that 1-4 area. A win would be good because it would still keep us away from Lance for a second. And with a win this week, it would guarantee that the Rowdies do not get last, in which case they'll really start selling off. But if anybody's looking, so still going to try to win, but we'll see. We'll kind of see what happens there. Oh, but guys, by the way, don't forget consolation bracket. Don't be doing anything too crazy because we do have a plan for the consolation bracket winner, and you also don't want to get bottom 2 in the consolation bracket. So something to keep in mind there. Okay, so implication versus bounty hunters. This could be a big game as well. Both teams could either fall or rise out of the bottom 4 depending on other games. I think the implication has better matchup, so I'm going to go with them winning to go to 3-7. And regulators versus urinators, weird. It's kind of weird. Both are tours, like regulate tours, urinate tours, not cores, tours. So give me the urinators to go 6-4. I gotta find that piece of paper I threw earlier. All right, so there's that. So the Falcons versus Voldemort. Voldemort could see a downfall this week. Dude, he's got some really big key players on bye. 4, actually. But again, it's hard to pick against him right now. I'm going to go with Voldemort, but man, I would not be surprised if he got his first loss this week. Meat and Cheese Only versus Gotham Knights. This was the game of the week runner-up. A win for either team puts them right into the playoff race. I just think Meat and Cheese is going to be too strong this week. As playoffs get closer, I'll break all that stuff down. But anyways, it was not nearly as long as I thought it was going to be. Oh, man, Yuri, you are just a freaking urinal. Oh, bye.